What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Chelsea 2, Ipswich 2, and my god, Champions League is not gonna happen this way. And I mean, I was the guy, you call me delusional, you call me optimistic, whatever. I was the guy who until yesterday kept on saying that we are gonna play in the Champions League. This is going to happen. But I don't think so anymore. If we can't beat Ipswich at home, this is just like last season when we were drawing to Burnley at home and we were drawing to Sheffield United away. If we can't pick up points in these games, we're not going to qualify in the top 5. And it pains me to say this because after spending about 70% of the season in the Champions League spots, I think we're going to miss out. Leicester fans kept saying last season that Maresca loses it after half the season. You know, he loses control on the team stops playing properly. But at least they still managed to stay on top of the championship. We are crumbling. We needed to start getting wins in this run-in, but we've gotten one draw against Brentford and one draw against Ipswich. I couldn't watch the first half. I turned on the TV in the second half. I saw we're losing 2-1. I was expecting us to be maybe 1-0, maybe still 0-0, that's fine. And then when I saw that we were 2-0 down, I got very, very concerned because it's Ipswich at home. And we don't seem to have this problem with any other relegation team. Southampton, we did the double. Leicester, we did the double. What is wrong with us against this particular team, against Ipswich? Some people are saying Liam Delap didn't start for Ipswich and Maresca had started the 3 centre-backs because he expected Liam Delap to be there, so we prepared for him and that's why the defence went wrong. This is Ipswich. They are 18th. They are, I think, 14 points away from safety. They are relegated. And we haven't managed to beat them once this season. We've got lots to talk about, guys. Drop a like if you'll end up enjoying this video and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. But my god, something needs to change. Because we've got 6 games. We are now 6th as Newcastle managed to beat Man United. And they have a game in hand. So they can actually go 3rd. I think Newcastle have pulled clear in this Champions League fight. I think Newcastle are going to finish 3rd. It's between Nottingham Forest, City, Chelsea, Aston Villa for the remaining 2 spots. I'm slightly confident that if Aston Villa can maybe stay in the Champions League for a bit longer, they'll get distracted and that's where we can overtake Aston Villa. But City look like they're going to pull through. City, especially after that win against Crystal Palace, 2-0 down, 5-2 winners. The only hope is Nottingham Forest. I genuinely think the only hope for us is Nottingham Forest collapsing. But we need to start getting points. Today, let's start with the lineup. Sanchez in goal. Nothing to say really. Cucurella, Colville, Tosin, Chalobah right back. We have 3 right backs on the bench, none of them on the field. Caicedo, Enzo midfield of course. Palmer, Neto, Madueke, Jackson. Attack is fine. Attack we can't really complain. That's a proper attack for us. But Palmer, Jackson, Madueke, none of them are scoring. And this is one of the reasons I said we would make Champions League is because these 3 guys were coming back from injury. I thought they're going to be the ones that are going to save us, score some goals because that's what they were doing in the first half of the season. But I forgot that we were 2nd in the first half of the season. We're not anymore. It's all gone. It's all collapsed. I have no idea what's happened to the Enzo Maresca's Chelsea we had in 2024. Because the goals were calamitous. Whatever his name is, Johnson goes on the right wing, he crosses it in, and Ciso is standing between Tosin and Colville. No one stops him, just puts a foot in, the ball goes in. You can't blame Sanchez for that. Unless he could have, just caught out the cross. But that's not his job. There's a reason Enciso is between 2 centre-backs. Enciso is 5 foot something. These guys are 6 foot plus. They can't be outwitted by a tiny attacker. Like, come on. And then the second goal is another cross in from the left side. Johnson's there. I think Cucurella has no idea who's behind him. He tries to head it, misses it. I think he thinks he's just going out for a goal kick. He doesn't know there's someone behind him. Johnson heads it in 2-0. And at that point, everyone's breaking their heads, breaking the TV. Because if I was watching the game live, as I said, I wasn't watching the first half. If I was watching the game live then, I would have thought it's over. Then that's when I start watching. Second half, we score a goal. Madueke finally. Madueke is the most direct winger at this club. I keep saying it. Madueke goes to the touchline, crosses it in. Cucurella taps it in, but it's an own goal in the end. Whatever. We score instantly in the second half. It's 2-1. Time for the comeback. But then it's just attack after attack after attack. I don't know if we can even call those attacks. We get the ball, we pass it around, we move to the edge of the box area, and we just keep passing it around. Can I even call that an attack? Enzo took some long shots, weak, just easy saves for the keeper. Madueke is trying to beat his man, can't do anything. Jackson was completely invisible in attack today, in my opinion. Completely invisible. Palmer, he's trying at the end. Palmer in like the 92nd minute or something, 94th maybe, had a really good chance, and Kunku lays it off to Palmer, takes a shot, but then their goalkeeper Palmer makes a crazy save. And honestly, today it was a man of the match performance from the wrong Palmer, the Ipswich goalkeeper Palmer. My God, Chalobah, great header, directed into the ground, bottom corner, he saves it. Enzo takes a shot. It was from a tight angle. I'm surprised Enzo managed to put the shot so perfectly in the center of the goal. And because their goalkeeper is diving to the side, but he manages to put a hand on it and it's saved. Their keeper had a masterclass, genuinely. And then yes, the subs were doubtful. He put Gusto on for Reece James. Gusto on for Chalobah. Not Chalobah, Tosin at right back instead of Reece James. I mean, Gusto... He doesn't make errors, but he doesn't do anything good nowadays. And come on, you can't play overlapping right back in midfield and expect him to do something. That's not how this works. Reece James can do something in midfield, but of course he's not going to put him on. Then he subs off Madueke, which I frankly didn't understand, for Jadon Sancho. I don't have a problem with him subbing Sancho on. I have a problem with him subbing Madueke off. Now, probably, if I'm being honest, if I look at the realistic issue, it's probably a fitness thing. Madueke is just back from injury. What do we even say to that? But Sancho comes on from the corner. What a goal. That was one of the best goals I've ever seen Jadon Sancho score, like ever. Edge of the box, just curls at top corner. That was genuinely a good goal. And then we had 15 minutes left. I thought we could do this. But then as soon as we scored the second goal, Ipswich started attacking. They won 2 corners. Sanchez made some decent saves. And then we just keep attacking. As I said, that one chance in Kunku lays it off to Palmer. Palmer misses. He doesn't miss. It's a good shot, but it's saved. Enzo, that shot, saved by Matt Palmer. Trevor Chalobah header, saved again. We just couldn't manage to get the third goal no matter what. And in the end, it angered me so much. We were at 95 minutes, 50 seconds or something. We knew we had to get the ball front. They're sideways passing. And that's what happened. Enzo had the ball. Instead of giving it up to Sancho or Palmer and Kunku or someone, he gives it sideways to Caicedo. And the clock's just hit 96 minutes. Of course the ref's going to blow the whistle. If Enzo would have played that ball upfield, the ref would have let the play go on. And maybe you could have had something. This obsession with sideways passing needs to stop. We weren't like this in the first half of the season. I'm not talking about quality. I'm talking about the way of playing. We did not play like this in the first half of the season. I know many people are saying first half of the season the players were just playing the Pochettino way. They weren't used to the Maresca way, and as they've gotten used to the Maresca way, it's made them worse. I don't know what's the problem. Right now, it's not about how we're playing, what we're playing. It's the last 6 games of the season. It's all about the points. I don't know who's going to step up, if it's going to be Palmer, if it's going to be Enzo, if it's going to be Cucurella, if it's going to be Madueke, Sancho, Jackson, Reece James. We need someone to step up in these last 6 games. We're going to need at least 10 points from these last 6 games to hopefully end up in the Champions League spots. I have no idea where we're going to get them. Next game is away at Fulham. And this is the thing, man. I compared this situation to last season where we were drawing against Burnley, against Brentford. But then we went on a crazy 5-game winning run. Can these guys do that? I don't think so. And our fixtures were easy the last 5 games last season. They're not this season. Our 5 game run, which we should have won, was between December and January, in which we didn't win a single one. It was, I think, 2 losses and 3 draws. We couldn't get 6 points against Ipswich, only 1. Just think, 2 wins against Ipswich, we would have been 5 points better off than we are right now. We would have been sitting 3rd. I know I don't like what ifs, what if this, what if that, but it is the reality. And if we don't get Champions League next season, I don't think we're going to make proper signings either. Next season it's going to be Europa League, and it's going to be something like this, similar to this. And if we couldn't qualify for the Champions League when playing in the Conference League, how are we going to qualify when we have a bigger distraction? And next season, probably not, but Man United could be back. Tottenham could be back. You never know. You never know what's going to happen next season. City are not going to be as bad as this, maybe. I mean, they might go worse, but they might go better. City will have a Champions League spot nailed on maybe next season, and maybe Premier League won't get 5 Champions League spots. It's going to leave only 1 spot for us. There are way too many ways we can achieve the Champions League spot, and we're getting it neither of the ways. That is my issue. 10 points, man. 10 points out of 18. Surely Chelsea Football Club can do this. I mean, I don't even want to talk about the players. I think attack, Madueke was decent, did something. Palmer towards the end was decent, did something. Sancho, great, of course, scored the goal. Neto, no end product really. Jackson didn't see him in the second half at all. And Nkunku didn't have enough time. Enzo did good, I suppose. Got into the box, tried to give passes. Caicedo, nothing too bad. Defense was absolutely terrible today. I mean, this is it for this video, guys. All we can do is hope that we end up in these Champions League spots. We've got Fulham next, then Everton, and then the bad run begins. Now, Liverpool yesterday won 2-1, but they were a bit shaky against West Ham. The only hope I have is they are looking a bit shaky. They could win the league before we play them. So if that happens, that's going to be good for us, if I'm being honest. Because maybe we could nick something if they're complacent. I don't want to get my hopes too high, but maybe. If I'm looking at this, Fulham and Everton, we need to get 4 points minimum from these fixtures. And then we've got to beat any 2 out of Newcastle, Liverpool, United, Nottingham Forest. We have to beat United at home. I know Old Trafford we haven't won in like 12 years, 11 years, whatever. United at home we have beaten. That game has to be a win. You see Newcastle yesterday, they thrashed United 4-1. We have to beat United. We have to get 4 points from the next 2 games, I think. Everton, Fulham, minimum. I want to say 6 points minimum, but I can't say that because I don't think it's going to be 6 points minimum. We have to beat United, but then we have to beat any one of Forest, Newcastle, Liverpool. We have to beat Forest, man, on the last day. That's going to be crucial, I reckon. So yeah, guys, that's it for this video. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video. I'm sure you didn't enjoy the result. And subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And I'll see you for the next one, guys. Hopefully we can get a Champions League spot. Have a good day and goodbye.